إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم أما بعد قال عز وجل بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر صدق الله العظيم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من قام ليلة القدر إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. Respected brothers and sisters, as we enter the last phase of Ramadan, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave us a few advice that he personally used to do and practice. And one of the most authentic hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam concerning Laylatul Qadr, he says, seek Laylatul Qadr in the odd nights, in the last 10 nights. There are many hadith concerning dates, 27th, 25th. There are other hadiths. But wallahi, this is the most authentic hadith. That is why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself, until he passed away, never gave up this practice of making i'tikaf. The year before he died, he made this practice of i'tikaf. The practice of i'tikaf is mainly because, one, you will never be able to miss the night of Laylatul Qadr. When you are looking for it without i'tikaf, you have to look for alamat, signs, whether the rain falls, whether how the sun rises, and all these doubts in your mind. If you're in i'tikaf, there is no doubt. You do not have to look for alamat, for signs, whether you get it or not. It's a win-win situation, my dear brothers and sisters. Why? Because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, by the mere fact being in i'tikaf, shows us the importance of finding this night and earning the reward of this night. He is willing to seclude himself 10 days in the Masjid just for the purpose of finding this great night. It's not an ordinary night, my dear brothers and sisters. Laylatul Qadr khayrun min 1000 shahr. It is not equal to 1,000 months. Khayrun min, it is better, more. That's just a number and a figure of speech to tell us the greatness of this night. It is more than 84 years of ibadah. Imagine you're standing in front of Allah in service for more than 84 years of your life. Very few of us will live to see that age. But imagine you are doing i'tikaf for a number of years. Many of us have been doing it for many years, 20, 30 years. How many years of worship on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah the angel will present to Allah on your behalf? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of us, inshallah, at least once in our life to secure ourselves in the masjid for i'tikaf, inshallah. It's a great act. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam emphasized the night for us to wake up and wake up our family. And he used to tie his waist, meaning let's sleep. These are not the nights where you go home after Tarawih and look at the news and the television and see what's happening. No. These 10 nights are only for ibadah. Only for ibadah. The greater the sacrifice you make, it is the greater ajr Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will have in store for you. And forgiveness is guaranteed. All of us on the famous hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as he was ascending the member, and he was saying Ameen, Ameen 3 times. Companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, ashabi say, Ya Rasulullah, we know after you make a dua and you supplicate to Allah, we say Ameen. But in this case, we never hear any dua. We only heard you said Ameen. What's the significance? Very strange. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says 3 times Ameen. He said, Jibreel alayhi salam came to me. And one of it, he says, woe unto that believer, woe unto that person who Allah has given life, lived to see Ramadan, but yet did not get his sins forgiven. It's like a man who lived in front of a lake and he died of thirst. What a shame. Allah has given us life and health to fast in Ramadan, but yet still at the end of Ramadan and the day of Eid, we still have our sins intact, not forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, Ameen to this dua of Jibreel alayhi salam. The greatest of creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala among the makhluqat, Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, Ameen. The greatest among the malaika of Allah, the greatest of all the angels of Allah, Jibreel alayhi salam, he's making this dua. How can this dua be rejected? No way. Woe. Wayhaka. Woe unto you. So my dear brothers and sisters, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned 3 ahadith concerning forgiveness, and he tells us how to gain this forgiveness. He did not just say, get yourself forgiven. No. Number 1, which we are all doing, Man sama Ramadan iman wa ihtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. Number 1, if you fast with iman and ihsan, hope in the mercy and forgiveness of Allah, Allah will forgive you all your sins. The 2, which we all do in Taraweeh and in Qiyam al-Layl. Man qama Ramadan, imanan wa ihtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. So we all are doing this too. The last one. Man qama laylatul qadr, imanan wa ihtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. 3 ahadith concerning forgiveness in this month. 3 ahadith. No other month, no other act of ibadah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam gave us 3 hadiths concerning istighfar. Forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guarantee on the day of Eid for a man who partake in all of these 3 acts of forgiveness. Siyam, Qiyam in Ramadan, and Qiyam in the last 10 nights of Ramadan. So my dear brothers and sisters, we always believe and hope in whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam brought upon us and promised us from Allah. It is in fact we will get, inshallah. We should have no doubt in the promise of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. If Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, if you do these 3 things, Allah will forgive all your past sins. On the day of Eid, you will be like a newborn child. But the condition are 2. Imanan wa ihtisaban. With firm conviction and hope in the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That without doubt Allah will forgive you. And you do it with ikhlas, sincerity. That is how we approach Ramadan and Qiyam al-Layl and I'tikaf. Those of us who cannot make it the entire 10 nights or the entire 10 days of Ramadan, the last 10 nights, at least the minimum we can do is to come and make I'tikaf in the night. I'tikaf will be partial. You can come in the night. You make your niyyah, oh Allah, I will come in the night and I will leave after Fajr. Many of us, we have commitment in our job, we are not allowed to take leave. We have conditions with our families, all of that is allowed. But at least make some jur, make some sacrifice to show Allah that you want to get this forgiveness. How can you show Allah that you want forgiveness and you go home and you're just looking at television and sleeping? No jur, no sacrifice. You want to gain the forgiveness, but your action is saying opposite. You have to show Allah. We have to stand in qiyam and cry to Allah. We have to go in sujood and cry to Allah. We have to raise our hands and make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In these last 10 nights, our hands should be lifted in long what? And cry before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very important. Dua huwa al-ibadah. Whether you believe it is bid'ah to do congregation dua, but there is no bid'ah in doing individual dua. So let us not debate over Ijtima'i dua, congregational dua. There is no ikhtilaf. There is no ikhtilaf whatsoever in the entire sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, where one is not allowed to make dua individually. None. So, there's no doubt, my dear brothers and sisters, we also make that time. And this last night, whatever we desire,
whatever we want in this dunya, whatever life we want for our children, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept,
inshallah. But the point is, we have to make the jumu'ah, we have to make the sacrifice. كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يجتهد في العشر الأواخر ما لا يجتهد في غيره. سبحان الله. Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم did not make more sacrifice than he had made in the last 10 days of Ramadan. لا يجتهد. He pushed himself to the limit. He pushed himself to the limit. Why? He's Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive ma taqaddama min dhanbi wa ma ta'akhkhar. Allah has forgiven all his past and future sins. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised him Jannah. Aisha radiallahu anha said, Ya Rasulullah, why do you stand so much in qiyam? Fi jawfi al-layl, you forsake your sleep until you stand, your feet is swollen. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when she said, O Prophet of Allah, why are you making such a sacrifice when Allah has already forgiven you and granted paradise? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, O Aisha, أَفَلَا أَكُونُ عَبْدًا شَكُورًا. Then should I not be grateful to Allah for that great ni'mah of forgiving me and granting me paradise? Should I not show gratitude to Allah? We are not even guaranteed Jannah. We are not even guaranteed whether our sins are forgiven. Yet still we are lazy. Yet still we show no gratitude. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, on the other hand, a man whose sin was already forgiven before he leaves this world, a man whom maqam is already promised by Allah, he is giving shukr to Allah for that great ni'mah. So my dear brothers and sisters, I remind myself and all of us, do not let these last days go easily. Do not approach these last 10 nights and days like ordinary days and nights. Exert yourself. Wallahi, we worked 40, 50 years in this country until our knees give up, until our backs give up. For dunya, we have pain in our skins. Ask us whether we retire at 65 and 70. How many pains you have? How many surgery you take? Wallahi, to stand in ibadah for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that pain, that suffering will be in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. Your knee, your feet, your hands will be testified for you on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. This feet used to stand in ibadah to you, Ya Rabb. These back that is paining used to stand for your qiyam. I did this only for your pleasure, Ya Rabb, not only for dunya issue. I am not saying we should not toil. Wallahi, I am not saying this. We have to earn. We have to provide for our families. We have to make our life better. It's good. Islam encourages that. But do not forsake our ibadah, especially in these nights. Do not say I'm tired. Do not say I work 8-10 hours. There should be no excuse in these last 10 nights. Push ourselves to the limit. Wallahi, even if we wake up for qiyam and we make a few rakat, at least Allah will see that we really want to make some jumu'ah. We need to show Allah. And only then, my dear brothers and sisters, only then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open his door for us. Wallahi, that's all Allah needs to see, is the effort we make It's the effort we make. We cannot compare ourselves with Ashab Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, but we can be inspired by them, by their actions. We cannot be like Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, but we can be inspired by the a'mal of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the sacrifice he made. So again, my dear brothers and sisters, I remind myself and all of us, do not let these days go by. Make some juhud. These are the days that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala look especially upon us. There is no other night in the entire year, be it Ashura, be it in Sha'ban, there is no other night greater than the night of Laylatul Qadr. And there is no other day in the entire year better than the day of Arafah. It is the day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala freed most of the slaves from Jahannam. All of us desire, all of us want Allah to forgive us. All of us want itqu min an-nar, freedom from Jahannam. It is the reason why we make so much sacrifice. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, عند الإفطار فرحتان. When a man is breaking his fast, he has two joy. عند الوقت الإفطار. One, when he will reach his Lord on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. Meaning that Allah will be pleased with him after giving up your food and your drink and the pleasure only for Allah's sake. The people will reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with such a joy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will prepare under the arsh of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. On the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah, when people will be running helter-skelter, when people will not concern about their children, about their loved ones, about their parents, everyone will be saying, nafsi, nafsi, myself, what will happen to me? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, below the arsh of Allah, Allah will prepare a table with the best fruits and the best food that you can think about. This is not Jannah. We are not entering Jannah yet. This is the treat before we enter Jannah. Just because we observe Siyam for the pleasure of Allah, Allah will tell the angel, gather all the Sa'imun, bring them come. The people who used to suffer in this world, give up their thirst, give up their drink, and they were dying of thirst, they worked in heat, but they did not break the fast for my pleasure. Bring them, search for them. Let them join this table. Wallahi, my dear brothers, that will be the greatest pleasure on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah for the Sa'imin. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of us among those people, inshallah, who will enjoy this special ni'mah, this special da'wah, invitation from Rasulullah, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the only way, my dear brothers and sisters, is that we have to make the sacrifice of fasting. Those of us who have conditioned, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and have mercy upon us. It is not easy for a man to fast 40, 50 years of his life, and then he has a health condition and he cannot fast. It's not easy. I've met many brothers like this, many sisters like this. Many of them fast from a very young age. I know one brother, mashallah, he's 85 years of age, and he cried. He says, Imam, I cannot fast. I was fasting, my parents made me fast when I was 12 years old. And I fast all the way when I was 85 years of age. I never missed one day of fasting. How will this man face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So much years of fasting. So much years of qiyam to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My dear brothers and sisters, Ramadan is coming to an end slowly. Next weekend will be Eid. Hopefully, inshallah. When this week is finished, Ramadan is finished. We do not know. We do not know if the names, if our names was on that list that was given to Malakul Maut. If our names are given on that list, we will not be able to live to see next Ramadan. Malakul Maut is given a list once a year. All the names. And guess what? Your names are your names. Fulan, so and so. Not doctor, so and so. Not title, Imam, so and so. Not Maulana, so and so. Not Sheikh, so and so. Fulan, so and so. Your name. Malaika only look for name, my dear brothers and sisters. He did not say this is a pious man or this is a sinner, let me take the sinner. No. The names are given, he goes by the names.
Every one of the names, every one person on that list will be struck off.
Eventually, all of us, our names will be on that list one day. The point is, did we make full use of our life, especially in Ramadan? The people who were here last year, they're not this year. And there are many of them. Some of us who are in this masjid today, in this month of Ramadan, will not be here next year. Can I simply say that if my name is on the list, did I truly and sincerely strive and push myself to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Ramadan? Did I fulfill all the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Will I be pleasing to Allah when I reach Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Will Allah be pleased with me on the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah? All these questions are crossing my mind. If my name is on the list and I'm unable to live to see next Ramadan, did I fulfill all the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Did I fulfill the commands of Allah concerning the rights of my spouse, the rights towards my children? Ask ourselves all these questions, my dear brothers and sisters. Once again, let us not live these last 10 nights and days as ordinary. No, because our Nabi, our Prophet of Allah, did not treat these 10 days and nights ordinary. If you cannot make it in full itikaf, come in the night. If you cannot come the full night, I'm giving you the least you can do. At least the least, if you cannot come the night, come for Qiyamul Layl. 3:45 to 4:45. Come for Qiyamul Layl. Allah, it is not the same when you pray in your house. For our sisters, it's allowed. For the brothers, if you're afraid you cannot go back home for suhoor, please walk with your suhoor. Enjoy the Jamaat in Qiyamul Layl. Allah, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful to stand in front of Allah, fi jawfil layl, communicating to Allah, making dua to Allah one-on-one. This is the time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves very, very much. This waqt of jawfil layl is very precious to Allah. Allah descend. How we do not know. Allah descend, His mercy, His rahmah. He is closest to us in this waqt. How do you want Allah to see you in this waqt? Sleeping or standing in His qiyam to please Him? How do you want Allah to see you in this waqt? My dear brothers and sisters, let us not forget before I sit that the fuqara and masakeen, the zakatul fitr, the sadaqatul fitr, $12 for him, the father, if there is no father, the mother can afford, for every head of the family must be paid before the Eid Salat. It goes towards the fuqara and the masakeen so that they can enjoy themselves on the day of Eid also. We have at least 1 week more to do that. Those of us who give zakat only in Ramadan, please do so that people the less fortunate can enjoy a good Eid. They can buy new clothes. They can go shopping for Eid. by our sadaqah, by our zakat. Give, my dear brothers and sisters. Fasting purify the soul. Fasting purify the soul. It is said, when the soul is purified, qalbin salim, when the soul is purified, it is only then Allah looked at the soul. It is only then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looked at the soul. It is only then this soul start to see things that it never had seen before. It is this soul, when it's pure, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala descend the barakat on this soul. A pure soul will know and see things that an ordinary person cannot see. So my dear brothers and sisters, the same way how fasting purifies our soul, zakat purifies our wealth. If we do not pay zakat on our wealth becomes najis. Our wealth becomes unclean for us to eat and feed our family, to purchase things for our house, to purchase clothing to wear. Anything we use that money that is not pure becomes haram upon us to use. That 2.5% must be given to the fuqara and masakeen, those who have reached the nisab, the amount. Do not deprive yourself. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took an oath. The oath is, a man who gives and pays his zakat and sadaqah, his wealth will never decrease.
His wealth will never decrease, and his wealth will always be increased.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remove any musibah, any bala, any bad things in his way. There is nothing that removes the anger of Allah more quickly than giving sadaqah. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam says, whenever you are in problems with your family, whenever you are in problem with your job, your business, give some sadaqah. Give some sadaqah so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remove you from that condition and put you in a better condition, inshallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of us tawfiq, inshallah. May Allah accept our a'mal in this month. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant our family success for dunya wal akhirah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect our children from the fitna of this dunya. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of us Jannatul Firdaus, inshallah. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا مولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. إن الله يأمركم بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم ولذكر الله أكبر. أقم الصلاة.